No, bro. You
Italian
lit
restaurants.
some people up here on this podcast.
And for a while, I was like, maybe they just don't like feet like that. Don't like my bare feet out.
So he gets a DM from Millie Bobby Brown.
Out of nowhere. Like just sneeze 3 times.
I was like, you supposed to fly in for dinner? It's 8:30. Where you at? I was just drunk on the strip.
Bro, you just hear ding, ding, ding. I'm going to pretend like I'm sitting down, even though I was just sitting down. I'm leaving all that in.
That's really nice.
I wanted to see how you would react to it.
That was fucking great. That was good.
Welcome back, guys. If you guys are new here, this is the George Janko Show. Please like and subscribe. This is Shauna Della Rica, my co-host, and QCP. My next guest. Oh, is that for me?
That's for everybody.
Oh, okay. That's your thing.
But more personally here, it's not, but I guess it is now.
Okay, question.
Okay.
I want to get right into it, bro.
Answer.
One day I didn't know who the hell you were, and the next you're all over my feed.
Uh-oh.
And not only are you always shirtless and good looking,
Thank you.
but you could cook. Are you single, or are you just trying to like steal everybody's chicks out here?
I'm single.
Are
Very
you
single.
Now, were you
And,
single when you started, or did it? Yeah, you son of a bitch.
No, I was.
You broke up with your girl.
I was single, then got a girlfriend, then was single, then got a girlfriend, and I'm single again, and no plan for that for a while.
Is that your fault or their fault? I'm just hitting all the hard-hitting questions at the beginning.
You know, there's 2 of them, and one was their fault, one was not. So
What a dog.
Okay.
a lesson and a lesson, but one, you know, that's how
Yeah.
it goes. You got a trial.
A lesson on each side.
Totally.
it.
But no, I mean, like, there's no room for that for me right now.
That was one of your exes. They just
Yeah.
pulled up.
Where you at?
You're Italian? Are you full Italian?
I'm Italian. My dad's a full Italian, and my mom is half Italian, half Syrian. So I'm a little Middle Eastern.
Whoa! I'm half Italian.
Really?
Habibi.
Habibi.
I'm a Syrian, so I have a little A in front of it.
Yeah.
I always get confused by you guys, so thanks
Yeah,
for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a Syrian. Bella's French and an Italian.
Cool
And
combo.
we were on our first date, and I swear, bro, I'm not exaggerating. We're just hitting it off, bro. And I'm like, damn, I'm gonna wife this girl up. And she looked at me. She put her little breadsticks down after she buttered them, and she goes, "You know why we work?" And I go, "Why?" She goes, "Because I'm Italian."
Yep.
And you're Italian. And I go,
Italian?
And
I thought he was Italian.
Oh, no way.
bruh,
No way.
I'm sitting there like,
I just believed you. I was like, oh, you're Italian?
yeah, dude.
I didn't know that. Oh,
Imagine me,
twins.
bro. I'm trying to hit. I'm like, is this gonna fucking interfere with it? So the whole time I was just like talking
crazy.
with my hands.
Yeah,
I was
you're
like
just like-
asking for the waiter and like just,
Well,
We went to
'cause,
the
yeah.
wrong restaurant.
Hey.
Well, you need to go to my house and cook.
hey.
Yeah. Well, when I met Georgie, I mean, he's so like, yeah, he's big and he uses his hands, and I mean, you look kind of Italian. Like I
Because I'm
just thought,
sexy.
I was like, yeah.
You're onto it. You're onto it. That's
I
fucking
grew up and
hilarious.
my mom and dad would just like, they'd get so tired of lecturing me. And my mom would just be so, hey, who you hanging out with? And I'd be like,
yeah.
so-and-so. What's their ethnicity? I go, Italian. You're good. Go ahead. I was like, what the hell? She goes, we're the same. You even told me when you walked in, you're like, I got a tummy ache.
Yeah.
And we made jokes that your dad said, if your hair is wet when you go outside,
You're sick.
100% pneumonia.
You're getting sick.
Well, that
You're
makes
gonna
sense.
die.
That makes sense. I grew up with that too. But
But like scientifically, it's not. Apparently, it's not a thing.
No, my friend says this, but it's bullshit. Or
Yeah.
or they've pounded it in my head.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime I'm barefoot, immediate stomach ache.
It took my mom until like a week ago to realize that not everything her mother told her was right. And she's 56.
It's because, dude, TikTok
I
is
was
waking
like,
our
Mom,
parents
you
up.
know, I was like, that's complete fucking bullshit.
Bro.
She's
my
like,
mom used
what?
to fucking burn herself under hot water. I go, what are you doing? She's like, I gotta cook for you guys. I gotta make sure the germs are gone. And her hand is melting. I go, sweetheart. I go, even the surgeons, they cold water, cold, not even warm. Cold. I go inside.
It's too hot. It's gonna burn the chemicals that are trying to help you,
Bro,
You're gonna destroy everything on your
But
hand.
wait, you know what? Honestly, though, Georgie, when I first started hanging around,
You know what, Georgie? This video is sponsored by Aura.com. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I like to Google myself and see what kind of I can find, and there's some out there that shouldn't be found, okay? And I've used Aura to scrub the online so they don't have any of my personal information, because believe it or not, there's some scummy people out there that get profits off of selling your information, and that's not something you want, especially when it gets into the dark web, because that could get dark real quick. So if you want to check online and protect yourself, have a layer of security, go to Aura.com/George and use my code to get 2 weeks off. In that 2 weeks, you're going to find some stuff that you don't want out there and you're going to want to scrub. So the link is in my description. If you guys want to check and protect yourself online, go to Aura.com/George. Do it. Trust me, do it, my man. Or my lady. I don't know what kind of picture you're posting. Like, you want to like, cover that up. Leave the stuff on there, but just cover like the phone numbers. You know, you don't want any of that stuff. Like your mom's number's out there, your number, your ex's. The ex could be out there. In fact, everybody was probably already calling her. Let's just move on to the programming, because I went down a street that I probably shouldn't have gone. Aura.com/George.
When I first started hanging out with your family, and they would always like, kids be like, your dad always, because I like being barefoot. I don't know why. I just like being barefoot.
The barefoot bandit.
My dad would kill you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like I grew up with like, wet hair will get you sick. But the feet thing, like, I don't know. And your dad would always be like, you gotta put socks on, you gotta be socks. And for a while, I was like, maybe they just don't like feet like that. You know, maybe they don't like my bare feet out. I generally thought that.
I
but
get
then,
people at the gym getting mad that they see me with no shoes on and no slides or like flip-flops in the locker room.
Oh, no.
When they're like,
I do that too.
You go barefoot in the sauna?
I go barefoot in the sauna and all around.
Dude, you're a dog.
I'm like, I got no open wounds. Like, there's no way I'm just going to get foot fungus.
Yeah, I got foot fungus.
You did?
And I still fucking walk around.
You'll get foot fungus. You'll get all the fungus.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me to not walk
I keep
barefoot.
telling them, I say, I'm going to keep doing it till I get the fungus, and I'll learn. But if,
the fungus
if I
is
get
not
the
that bad.
fungus,
It's not that bad. It's a little itchy.
Good to know.
And just if you wear socks, no.
You know what though? That's so funny you say that, because
You're folding yourself every time I turn back. You're folded
Contortion.
more and more. She looks like Sophie. You know that girl who does the bow and arrow thing?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's nuts.
She's cool, yeah.
She
Upside down.
Bro,
like-
there's a hole. There's many holes in my wall because she was slinging. Actually, that was my fault, wasn't it? The holes in the walls.
Yeah.
Never mind.
She
Sophie,
never
you're good.
missed.
You're good. You're
Yeah.
good. That was me.
No, but I was actually gonna tell you last night. Remember when I went to tell you a story and then you were listening? So I was like, whatever, I'm not telling you.
You just dogged me like that? You just dogged me like that? Why would you do that? I literally started the podcast like, yo, I'm not going to roast you as much because, you know, people think I'm coming at you. And now you're bringing up behind the scenes shit?
Yeah, but remember, though, we were laughing. We were just messing with each other. But anyways, my point was about the locker thing you brought up, that I went to Deli Fitness, like right here. They have a co-ed sauna and steam room situation, which was very interesting to do. And I'm sitting there in the sauna, and there's people standing there, you know, after the gym, they go in with their shoes, with their like basketball shoes. And this lady comes out and she's like half naked. Like she's in her underwear and bra, and she's not even going in the sauna. And she comes in, looks, peeps her head in, and she goes, just so you guys know, you can't have your shoes in here. Like make sure you bring your sandals. And then just like leaves. So then all the, so then, like literally wasn't even like coming in the sauna. She just came to shit on the people in there and then left. And then
much better than the guys that come in and just look at our penises and then walk right out or show us theirs. So that's better.
Bro, what's your worst sauna experience ever?
Oh, I have a really bad like shower experience in the gym.
What happened?
Sauna, nothing crazy. Recently there was this one guy who was standing there, sitting there.
No.
Wait,
No. Forget the sauna.
you don't want the
Go
light
back
one?
right into the shower.
Okay.
We'll go back to the sauna.
Yeah, you're right.
I just want to hear this
You're
one.
right. I'm at my home gym. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina originally, and I'm at like a Lifetime Fitness, which is like it's pretty nice gym. It's like Equinox, but like big.
It's huge, actually.
And yeah, they're fucking crazy. It's like the only one in the whole city. And I'm in the shower. I've got my towel over the door. 2 towels over the
to
door.
let people know.
Yeah, I'm in here. Yeah, also the door, you can see through the door. Like you could see if someone's in there. Don't forget to mention that the shower is
running.
Is from the ceiling. So you can see it coming down. The towels are over. I'm in it. And this guy who looks like the guy, I can't remember his name, from Toy Story, who makes the toys, the really scary looking guy.
Yes. With the
with the glasses, you know, the really fucking creepy looking guy.
I mean, bro, he's a toy
Story.
maker. He can't be.
Is it the goth one or a different?
No, the guy
The one that makes
the guy
Annie.
who makes them
Okay.
like with his fucking binoculars and shit. Like,
She's on it.
Yeah.
I know that scene way too well. Yeah.
So,
By the way, I like how you morphed into the character. You just went like,
nasty fucker. But this guy opens up my door, just gives me a nice look up and down.
No.
Right? So then I kind of froze. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. And I didn't do anything. So I like went into the locker room. I like told one of the trainers, I was like, guys, I think there's this guy's, being really whatever. And
Peeper Tom.
yeah. So then I walk out and there's these like young guys going in, like probably 16, that I told them, I was like, guys, be careful. There's this guy in there. And they told me, they're like, oh, we know. Right?
the toy maker, right?
No, they literally, like, we know who you're talking about, right? So then I was like, wait, what? So I talked to all of them. They made a group chat with me and like 15 like underage dudes from Charlotte who had like something go wrong with him or like had some experience with him. And then I was like, it took one 19-year-old for him to fuck up with to then get in trouble for it because none of them said anything.
Right.
And there were like 15 people. And then I put it on my story and I had like a decent following at the time. And then I saw, I got a bunch of replies from people all around the city saying he was at my gym. He was at my gym.
He's just clocking into these gyms just to look at the shower.
Isn't that it's nuts? And I was like, he does not fucking work out. This guy's like 300 pounds.
Right.
Like, sorry, not shit talking, but he clearly just would go in, go to the sauna, go to the locker room, do his shit, and leave. I was
Bro,
like,
what made you not punch him straight in the nose?
bro, because, oh my God, like, in retrospective, oh wow, the shit that I would, like, I'm sitting there like fucking shadow boxing this guy in my dreams. But like in that moment, like you don't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
Somebody to open up your shower door and just kind of like freeze and look at you. You literally don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't, because I wasn't, then now, oh my God, please do it again. Somebody please do that again to me because you're going to get fucking clocked so fast.
Now when you're showering, you're
because
like-
no, every time I'm showering
goes like-
now,
he always has a
I'm
fist
sitting
ready.
there like, I'm washing myself. And I'm like just these quick little like practicing, like looking behind my back. But like, yeah, you got to be careful. Those gyms are fucking scary.
What would you do if like he opened up the door, looked you up and down, and went, ugh, barefoot, and he just fucking closes the door? You're not worried about any fungus?
I would honestly be, I'd be happy.
Did he ever get in trouble?
Oh my God, I went to the fucking police. I did so many things to get this guy just kicked out of the fucking gym.
Yeah.
And months later, I like messaged the group chat of the 15 victims.
Hey
and I was
man,
like,
you're still in a group chat with a bunch of 15-year-olds. You should probably ditch
He was
it.
trying to save them.
I was trying to save these kids' life.
He was a hero, bro.
Dude, without me, it would have kept happening.
No, you're right.
No,
you're
literally.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, he's still there. And then I felt so defeated. I was like, did
No.
he kick him out?
No way.
Did he kick him out? And like, I didn't even go into details. Like, this guy offered them money to like shower with him and send him pictures and all this stuff. And like, they were
And he
all.
didn't get kicked out?
And he didn't get kicked out.
What? He should have his
And I went to the
membership.
fucking corporate and everything. Crazy.
Hey, dude,
Crazy.
that's so funny. He wanted to pay them to shower with them, underage. And she goes, they should have taken his membership. No, jail. Jail.
No, the police.
Not
The police came.
membership.
The police came. They would have probably been able to do something, but he left. So it was like too late or some shit.
It's only if they had his number, address,
Oh, how
credit
crazy
card
is that?
information. Like
Like they don't have all of his information. Like he doesn't go there and go to the sauna all day, every day.
and he's back.
That's
He's
crazy.
back.
Technically, if they really wanted to, all the police have to do is just wait for him to leave the premises.
Oh, literally. I mean, no, they could have waited for the next time he came and done it. But it was like, it's crazy. I'm like, why do I have to investigate? I'm like, you guys can arrest the pedo here? Like, damn.
That's
But
Should have beat him up.
too bad. I should have. Fuck.
Let's talk about you, man. I felt like we kind of we took a little fun detour.
It was just a little detour.
Little fun detour. What's
Really
up?
random one.
I want to get to know a little bit before you came onto social media. What was your life like? What's your family like? I
have a pretty random, interesting story. So it all began in high school. I was my SoundCloud rapper. I was the SoundCloud rapper.
You
in
do
high
music?
school. Yeah, I used to more than I do now, but I'll bring it back eventually.
Oh,
But-
cool.
Are you
Wait,
a
where
rapper?
were you born?
You're a rapper?
I would say more rap than anything else.
Do you
And,
freestyle or write?
mostly write, but everybody, you can get loose in the freestyle a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
But I was the high school like SoundCloud rapper. Like, did I really just?
That was close. It didn't quite connect. It didn't quite
Yo, first off,
flip it and ship it.
You stopped it. You stopped it before it even began.
Did I just?
damn.
Oh, that's so funny, bro.
Let me try to find like what word caused that.
Rap.
You know what
Rap.
No, I know, but I'm like, what caused that? Okay.
Oh, that was so funny.
But I was the rapper, and I tried to like continue that into college, and like I performed at my prom in junior and senior year of high school, and
You
like
put at your prom.
yeah, it was fucking so random. I just like went up on stage and kind of like my song was called Jewel.
like
J-
Jewel,
like
like
a
the
jewel.
smoking jewel.
Yes.
Aw.
So here I am, junior year of high school with my song called Jewel. That like everyone's like screaming the lyrics. I wasn't allowed to cuss. And the principal, I went to a Catholic high school, literally called Charlotte Catholic.
Let's go.
And the principal was like, "Don't cuss, none of this." And I'm like, "No problem." And the crowd is screaming the curse words like for me. And I was like, bet, like this same experience, not getting in trouble. So then did the same thing senior year. Then in college, I was just making music. I was like, fuck this. Didn't go back to college my second year. I went to community college in my hometown in Charlotte. And then I started working at my dad's restaurants. My dad has 4 Italian restaurants in Charlotte. And they're like the best since like, he's been the best Italian restaurants since like 1995 in Charlotte. And
Oh, that's so cool.
so I was working for him. And then one of my buddies was like, you should get on TikTok. TikTok was like right in the beginning. This was like September 2019. It wasn't really much yet. I hopped on literally in like 2 days, had like 50K on the app in like 2 days in 2019, which was not easy to come by. But I like faked a giveaway where I was like gave away $1,000 to like gain followers, some shit. And like I was like, next 500 people that like this and follow me enter to a chance to win $1,000. And my shit like blew up like while I was at work, and I literally was just like, fuck all you at work. I was like, I'm gonna fucking like, this is it. And I was like,
By the way,
Where were
you're
you
working with
working?
your dad, so you're just like cussing out your dad.
nah, like my dad at all the other restaurants, he like would come for like 30 minutes at the end of the night and shit.
Fuck you, grandma. I'm out.
So, but like,
You
but, like,
make
high
the
key,
gnocchi.
all the servers there, they always like tell people the same story of how I was just like, when it happened that one night, I was just kind of like, fuck all y'all, like I'm out. I was like, I'm gonna give you guys all $1,000 next Christmas. Like I'm gonna be fucking rich. And one of the chefs in the kitchen told me, he said, you're like the president of Mexico. He's like, you never give people what you promise. I was like,
No.
fuck. But I told him, I said, like, you guys just wait. I was like, because like the $1,000 will end up going to those who stayed since I've been here. As in like the workers who are still here, like you guys are still working for my dad. But so I did that, and then it kind of like started taking off from there. And then I just made like random types of skits and random videos, just like whatever the fuck my ADHD brain pulled out. And I gained like maybe 700,000 followers before doing a cooking video. Then I was just.
What was your content then before you?
It was super fucking random. Like the videos were actually just mental. Like they were.
I thought you started with cooking. Okay.
No, I didn't at all. I probably had like hundreds of videos before I made a cooking video, and then I made a cooking video as another skit to make fun of the Jersey Shore. And I was just like,
Did you watch the Jersey Shore?
Barely. My sisters
loved the
did.
Jersey
I do want to start watching it. Like,
It's the best.
Wait, they're back?
huh?
No,
they're not back.
no.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
what
so
did I say?
exciting.
What did I say?
I thought you said you're gonna start watching it, and in my
You want
mind
to-
I thought.
Oh yeah,
that they
like
came
I'm gonna
back.
start watching it back, like watching it from the beginning, because I haven't. But like it literally was the foundation of like everything I'm doing now. But that sort of blew up as its own thing. It was like the first one was like if the Jersey Shore had a cooking show. It was just a skit. It did really well, and then I made the Angry New Jersey Cooking Show episode 1, 10% anger. Do you remember like OG TikTok where people? This was like a minute ago where people would make a video where it's like doing some random dance or something like 10% aggression. Then it'd be like 20%, 30%. They'd keep dropping videos. The videos would keep blowing up because people wanted to see, holy fuck, how are they going to get that much crazier? Then I just ran that series. I ended up I kept doing the cooking, and then, here we are. And it just kind of evolved. And I kept trying to change it. And like, as you can see, I don't talk like this. Hi, welcome to the podcast. Like, I don't talk like that at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a part of the video and part of the character and just kind of what I created from the videos. But a lot of people don't even know that.
Wow.
So.
Well, I'm glad they're learning here.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about you. And my one question that I have to ask is, are you even in love with cooking? Or do you just do that to try to like, is it your highway?
Yeah, good question. Because like at first I didn't really care for it. I wasn't like making myself any extraordinary meals, and I still don't. I don't cook myself other than videos. I don't cook myself like really nice dishes.
Oh, you didn't grow up like making yourself pasta all the
No,
time?
not at all. And it's ironic because my dad's a restaurateur and like has Italian restaurants. But that's why, because I'm like, I'm not gonna make it better than these fucking restaurants. Like they're so good. And But now what I have found a love for is cooking for people, cooking for like large groups of people. So like a few of my like influencer friends and stuff, like when everyone was still in like houses and shit together, I would always be like, yo, like let me come cook for like 15, 20 people. And like that's what it would be fun to me. It's like I get in the fucking zone. I'm sitting there for like 2 hours grinding like chicken parm and spicy rigatoni and all this shit for everybody. Then everyone just like, this is so fucking good. And I was like, that's a cool feeling, is being able to like cook for so many people. And
Great collab move, by the way.
yeah. No, I mean most, a lot of people I'd meet there in that space would be like, let's do something sometime. But in general, right, cooking is a very easy thing to collab on. And for me, collabing has been one of the biggest parts of all of this because of the randomness of collabs. You can collab with fucking anyone with cooking because all you have to do is just put them in the video. Like that's it. You're doing something, and I'm known for cooking and they're known for whatever. Just kind of integrating both of your styles into one video. It always ends up being a fucking banger every time there's a cooking. Anytime I've done a collab, and now I have like we have like the power groups of certain chefs that we come together and make videos, and like haven't had a video under like 15 million views on YouTube Shorts or something, and like the numbers are fucking crazy because everybody just loves these multiverse of collabs, and like everyone just can't believe that it's real.
No, you hit the ground running. Who's your management, or who's telling you to do these things, or is it just you?
I have a manager, Solo. He's a beast. He started working for me when he was 16 and was like at Beverly Hills High School. Like his dad's an entertainment lawyer.
Wait, how did that happen?
He reached out to me, cold call, email, asked if he could help me do my merch, and he had his first company. He was like drop shipping at like 13. Like
Oh, he's one of those,
bro. Yeah, and like, and now so he did my merch. We did our first merch drop. We did really well like 2 years ago, and then I told him, I was like, I don't know, I feel like you would do really well in like negotiation and management. You want to just take a percentage of the deals and start negotiating and start making your money. Then it sort of like it ramped up from there. The shift was crazy, and he is now like one of the most like tapped in people. He just took the opportunity and just fucking killed it. And I'm like so blessed and so lucky. But we kind of created it together, where it was like, I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of hours on the phone with him. You know what I mean? It's like it's not just let it go, because he's growing up. He's 19 now. He was 16 when he started. So it's like we got to create our own management company instead of having to deal with other parties.
And you're both learning the business together as you go, as you move. And
did you move out here to room with him, or did you just kind of do your own
No,
thing?
I didn't know him when I moved out here. I had a horrific situation when I moved to LA. I was with this management company. The only time I was with a management company, and they went down in history as like the worst ever. And I got to LA, and I was living in a house with like 7 other influencers, but it wasn't a content house. It was just a house with everybody that had the same manager, and the manager lived with us. And it was a really weird situation. Very fucking weird.
I feel like it was the whole like Team 10 thing, but like it was spun off in so many different variables.
Yes, but the only thing was that there was no brand. It was just this manager able to control everyone at one time in one household.
Wait a second. Hold on. Was this in Beverly Hills?
No, but I probably know.
There was a house that I went to that was like that.
This was like no one ever went. Like this was like beginning of COVID. The house was not very nice. We lived in like Daniel Cohen's old house or some random shit. And but basically I moved in there, and it was horrible. I made like 3 videos in 2 months or something that I was like, this fucking sucks. So I finally moved out, got an apartment, and then started getting the cooking videos back into the motion. And I had a roommate there too who has a fucking crazy story, which we could tangent into because it's super fucking interesting.
I would love to. After your shower and sauna stories, like I'm involved, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and so pretty much at that house, the first house that I lived with, I had there was all of us. I'm friends with one person now who I lived with then, who's a good friend of mine, Jordan Huxhold, and he's doing great. He's a model and everything. But there was one other guy. His name's Hunter, and I lived with him when I moved out. So we were just like homies. Like he was tall, like tats, just fucking, fucking. He was cool to me at the time, and I was like, let's get an apartment. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck away from this manager. Like we're done with this shit. So we get this apartment, and a few months later, so he gets a DM from Millie Bobby Brown, right?
The actress from Stranger Things?
Yes. So, and she was 16. He was 20, I think, right? So already it was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? I was like, I know it's really interesting to see like this big of a celebrity, an A-list celebrity is DMing you, but like take it easy.
Was she like hitting on him?
Totally.
Or was
Like,
it, okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So it
Okay.
was like she reached out to him, and then he kind of pretended like nothing was going on with it, and then all of a sudden I remember we were at like a party or something, and he was like, and I saw him like come out of a room. He was in the room for like 3 hours. Like, bro, I was FaceTiming her for like a couple of hours and like this and that. And I was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Right? It was like, dude, like that's just not okay. It's never gonna end well.
You're just saving every kid around the world, huh?
I'm trying. And then basically like they start fucking dating and like nobody knows except for me. Right? So this it gets nuts. They're together at the time. And it's just like my pretty little secret that I'm like, I can't tell anyone. And
does her guardians know, or like?
Yeah, so she's fucking filthy rich at the time as she is now. She has like a whole house and like she lives.
She was
with her
probably
parents.
emancipated, right? Isn't that what you could do when you're under 18? Get emancipated and you're
No,
your
you
own
wouldn't
human?
do that unless she had a bad relationship with her parents.
No, she lived like with her parents. Like she had like her own fucking like section of the house or some crazy shit. Like she had her own because she paid for everything.
Got it.
Because her parents weren't like wealthy or anything when she like blew up with her career.
Got it.
But so they started dating, and then I finally was like alone at the apartment, which is when my TikTok was when like I made Betch and everything. Like it all just blew up. Like I started below my videos. It was like fucking 15, 20 million views like every other video on TikTok, which was the difference maker, and that's what really like sent everything up. That's when I met my manager. It's like everything started falling into place when he fell out of his place, and
You found your niche.
totally, and it was like the best feeling ever. And literally created my company and everything. It's like it all happened like that. But basically, I don't know if I want to like go into like too much detail about his whole story with it, but like like I said, you know, the whole age thing was like no matter what, that's always going to end bad. Mm-hmm. But he started like living with her and like in all this stuff in Atlanta and it just kind of like went to shit really quick. They had like a really bad breakup, you know, to really make things fast here. And still nobody knew but me. Like they had a whole relationship and still nothing was exposed on the internet. Then one day, months later, she already has a new boyfriend at this point and all this stuff and nobody knows about
What
him.
age is this boyfriend?
Oh, I think it's like John Bon Jovi's like son or something. And I think they're like closer in age.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. And I would not be surprised if not. But pretty much he never really got what he wanted in that relationship, which was like, oh my God, I'm dating a celebrity. Like, give me my recognition. Like, I want to be a celebrity too. I want to be the guy who's dating the celebrity. Like,
That's why he
he
dated her.
wanted
He
to
wasn't
receive
involved.
I mean, it's just kind of obvious, you know. It's
got
just
you.
like it's kind of like there's no like you clearly just fell in love with the idea of it than anything else. Considering you're dating like a 16-year-old millionaire who's the busiest person you could probably ever know. She's an A-list celebrity who's in movies movies, the biggest TV show. It's like all this stuff. So it ended up just coming full circle. He never really got what he wanted, and then he ended up going live on Instagram and saying some really, really, really fucked up shit. And like it's all over the internet now. And I remember.
Okay, I was wondering where this is going because I was like,
right.
Are we getting some exclusive shit?
Well,
So he did some strange things.
Some stranger things, and really distrusting. I cannot disclose it. Like I can't.
So you're not cool with this dude anymore?
No, not at
Okay.
all. And it literally was like it was just mind blowing how like my situation moving here, living in this like manipulated household, then moving out and living with somebody who completely fucked themselves over just to try to get to the finish line quicker.
Okay,
And he
welcome, bro. It's
he
LA.
always
Welcome to
asked
LA.
me. I know, but it was like it was such an incredible experience to have so quickly, which was like this was the worst it could fucking be. Like there's so many random things happen, and like even another quick story that was a great thing for me of how I became friends with one night with that same roommate. We were at it was at like my first like big like TikToker party. It's like the Sway house and all these guys and like Addison and all these people are there and like we're leaving the party and then my that one roommate, he was with his friend from home and Addison like got out of her car and started, this is when Addison and Bryce were dating. Addison like started walking inside and the friend of my old roommate at the time, Hunter, he like was like faded as fuck or some shit and was like, oh shit, like that's Addison Rae, like what? Sort of like kind of like freaking out, but not really. But she like took it offensive and like went inside and like told all the boys, like told Bryce, was like, this fucking guy's outside like being annoying and all this stuff. So that they came out and were like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What's going on? And I'm like, oh, right? Like this is my first party that I'm like becoming friends with these people.
You're like, I'm not involved.
And then I'm like, this guy's fucking me over. Like, oh my God. So then I tried diffusing it, right? And he is like, my roommate was like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you dick sucker. Like, you doing whatever you can to get on their side and all this shit. And I was like, bro, like, your homie pissed in this dude's like floor or something of his room and he's talking to Addison Rae. I'm like, I pretty much I diffused the whole entire thing. Like, I almost had to fight him. It was fucking nuts. Next morning, Josh Richards DM'd me. And at the time, they were so fucking famous too. And like, and he was just like, I appreciate you for doing that last night and this and that. And I'm like, whew. Like,
Josh Richards is a good dude.
he really is.
He's a good dude, and
No,
he's
he's
very
great.
intelligent.
He is.
Very
He is.
intelligent.
He's super cool. I'm really happy to be friends.
He's
with
one of
him.
those people where like I just watch from afar and pray that he just keeps doing better.
No, and
better.
he will be. I know a lot of the shit that he has coming up, and it's amazing.
Yeah, no, he's great. I got the privilege to sit next to him on a flight, and
really?
we just discussed. And Belle was even laughing. She goes, "You guys were laughing the whole time."
Dude, it was so funny. I was literally.
Josh is so funny.
I'm like,
He's a good dude.
our seats
Canadians, man.
Oh, he's Canadian?
Canadians.
Oh, Canadians are really nice.
She's Canadian.
My mom's Canadian. But no, we were on our flight and our seats were separated, Georgie and I, and it happens that his seat was next to him. And then mine was like right here diagonally. And the whole time I could just hear them like, and then I'm laying there and I'm
Boys.
like laying down and I'm watching something and out of nowhere I just see Josh's face pop up. And I'm like,
Over to
hello?
you?
Yeah, and he's like,
What's
and
up?
he was asking me a question because Georgie had just told him something, and he was like, "Did he just tell you this, yesterday?" And I was like, and I pop up and I was like, "Yeah."
And literally,
and
like,
he's like,
that was a
"Yeah,
good Josh
cool."
impersonation.
Yeah, and he was
It's very easy.
I remember exactly what it was, bro, because he would say stuff and I was like, I do that. And like, it was so many. And then he just looked, dude, he gave me like the most like sincere thing. And then it ended with like, yeah, man. And if I'm just half as good as my dad, I know I'll be good. And I was like, that's what I say. And I go, bro, I just told Belle this right now. And I had like goosebumps. And he's like, nah. And I go, bro, go ask her. Go ask her. And so like he
sick.
gets up and he's like, sit. And you know what's so funny?
it's a red eye, everyone's sleeping.
So the first class is you get your own little private like
the little
bro, this dude goes into a girl's booth to hover over Belle and the girl's like watching something and he blocks it, he goes, she goes, and she looks at me, she goes, what the fuck? And I go, Josh, get out of her booth. It's like, Josh. And then he's like, yeah, did you say that? And then Belle couldn't fucking hear him, so like she's like, what?
I was like, well, it took
did
me
he
a
just
second
say that?
to
She
like.
goes, did say what? And I was like, oh my, this can't be happening
He's
right
like
now.
over
bro.
the girl, I'm like,
he's-
what? I sit up, I turn around, and I'm like,
He's
then we're-
goofy.
Yeah.
He's goofy to say the least.
Bro, are you comfortable? My dog's been hugging you this whole
I
time.
know.
I feel so loved.
So cute.
Um,
Wow.
Let's get back to you. Okay, so now we leave the mom and pops like restaurant. We grow. We go to LA. We observe that some people's hearts fall into the wrong places.
Totally.
We get the right people placed in our life at the perfect timing. And now we're looking towards the future with brand deals invested in you. We have, I don't know if we can mention this, but we could cut, but your book you're working on.
Absolutely can mention it.
Okay, and then so I want to talk about the future you because bro, I'm invested and I'm excited about your career.
Thank you.
And your workflow and just your personality right off the bat makes me feel that you're going to be one of those people that are going to be here for a very long time.
I appreciate that. And I can agree with that for myself just because of the journey and the intention to do what I'm doing and to do what I will do before even starting it. That's, I think, a difference between a lot of people in this industry is the intent, because I knew really what I was going to, like, I had this idea. I didn't know exactly where it was going to go and how it was going to go, but I knew that it was going to go, you know, and I knew that I was able to bring awareness to the idea of, I told my mom, I remember I had sushi with her one night when I was 18, and I didn't have anything going for me yet. Like, I was still in school, and I was just the rapper, and like, but I knew, I was like, if I can make this whole classroom laugh, and then I go to middle school and I make the whole classroom laugh, and then I go to high school the same, and I go to college the same. I'm like, I'm just kind of piecing these things together, and I'm like, if I'm able to portray myself on the internet in a certain way to hit a wide range of people, why would it not do well? This was before TikTok existed. This was before I had any idea what I was going to even do in that sense. I was like, am I going to do YouTube? And how am I going to promote my music? I was like, this is fucked. So like, it's just ironic. I went on TikTok to promote my music, and I ended up just going off on the biggest fucking side quest ever. And here we are.
And you'll come
I'm
back
on
to
another
it.
side quest, but totally.
Yeah, you'll come
and
back
like
to it. You're an artist. You are going to create something to express yourself and have the people watch it. That is an artist. I believe
Absolutely.
you're no, but on top of everything, you're a good-looking kid. You have that
you.
factor to you that these Josh Richards and Bryce Halls, they have this this charisma that's on camera. Bro, I always make fun of TikTokers because I'm jealous. And I think anybody who ever does is jealous, because I get mad that I have to create and build a team, and then fucking Josh Richards just takes his shirt off and goes like this and makes 80 grand. Like, fuck that kid. Like,
Right.
great kid.
I guess the only thing is
Fuck that
now
kid.
the difference is of who's going to keep going is someone like Josh Richards, who has a fucking big ass team around him now.
Yep.
Now.
Yep.
And is working with the right people now. And those who are not are the ones that don't exist anymore.
This happens on every platform, you know. Of
course.
Everything
Yeah.
started on Vine to Instagram, Facebook, and then now there's new streaming platforms that are coming and falling.
many, yeah.
It's you got to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
And
you have to have the drive and
Yeah.
at least the vision and all the other things to piece those things like together.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
But-
and the heart.
Yeah.
Because we just had this conversation literally on this couch yesterday. We were having such a deep conversation, Bella and I, about like, now we understand the people that there's two types of people that are on top. The bitter and the ones that are gross to the people behind them because they didn't deserve it and they didn't earn it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the people that worked
yeah.
for it
Oh, yeah.
and pressed and got broken and beat, they're kind. Those Adam Sandlers, the Jennifer
course.
Aniston's, like, these are the people that the Denzel Washingtons. I just got goosebumps thinking
No,
about them
I
as humans.
completely agree.
Those are the people that I admire and I want to be like. I don't want to be in this industry and be around people that are soul sucking the shit out of everybody around them, bro. It ruins the art of it and it ruins the fun.
It does.
I described fame in my mind when I was growing up as a bunch of kids that were blessed with the opportunity to do whatever they want creatively and not have to work a structured life.
Yeah.
And then when I came out to LA, I realized that this industry breeds motherfuckers that they don't deserve shit, but they act like you owe them everything. And it really makes me like, to circle everything I'm feeling is, I've been telling everybody this. In my heart, my new motto is, I know now I can't change everyone's heart. But the goal is to now not make sure that everybody else changes my heart.
Yeah.
Because, dude, after a while, when somebody gets beaten down and beaten down and beaten down, you're going to turn around one day and you're going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. If this is what it's going to take to get to that level, I'm going to rip skulls apart. But I hope you don't go through that. And I pray that your heart gets softened.
No, I'm blessed to feel so comfortable, like being where I am, and the knowledge of I am where I am in this part of my career for a reason, and where I was a year ago, I'm happy to be where I am right now. Yeah. And I know where I'll be in a year because, you know, once you just understand your craft and you understand what people want and how you learn how to adjust to what people really want for content and for, you know, art in general. A lot of artists struggle with changing their art to get the attention to then create the art they love, which is something that's very difficult. Is artists, a lot of musicians, but it applies to every form of art. Is I always tell people, you're amazing at what you do, but try to make it a little out of your liking to attract more people, to then have those people love your other art that you love, you know, to have them open people up to you and your work, then they'll love everything you do. And they'll appreciate the stuff that you might not be able to get appreciation for because of its lack of being like universal.
Yes.
So I think the same thing applies for content and anything is I had to slowly let go of making the shit specifically, like making it exactly how I want, instead of making it, how is it going to do the best? And how am I, like, I'm like, oh, like now I know, I'm like, that was cringe, take that out. You know what I mean? Of like, or that, right, like that's hard to watch, or let's put more sounds that people want to hear in cooking, and like levels of energy, and it's just like
you're always trying to find the next,
always trying to find the next step to just stay on top.
I literally said this to you.
Yeah.
When I was getting ready for this podcast, I go, the one thing that because I do homework on guests, but not too much. I don't want to too much because I want to know enough so we can have a conversation.
Of course.
And the one thing I did my search and I go, he's always just trying to find the new lane. Like
Totally.
you're always, and I'm glad that you said that because now I know I'm doing my job right.
Yeah.
Because I do see that in
Right.
you.
Sorry.
I just have one more question for you. At what point do you start sacrificing your form of art for the audience? Have you ran into that road yet? Because I know you're like, what do they want? What do they? But it's also, you're the artist. You don't go into a museum and look at a painting and be like, God, thank God he put that. That's
there's
what I
a nice
wanted.
mix of it. You know what I mean? I'm still. It's not all disconnected from my art. You know what I mean? It's like, but you know, in the end of the day, your craft is your craft. But the way that you adjust it to have more people enjoy it, like that is what it is. But it's like, in the end of the day, I'm still creating it. There's nobody that's filming my videos. You know, maybe they'll pick it up, but it's still me behind the lens. There's nobody who edits. I edit all my shit myself. That's my art. So it's like, but creating it, you know, researching the content that works and seeing what works and creating your own like lane of it. It's still original. You know what I mean? Everything I'm
course.
doing is still extremely original.
I just want to know if you ran into that wall yet.
But no. You know,
Before I
You're trying to
ask my
connect.
next question, I interrupted your question, so I want to make sure that you ask it.
It was around those same lines. I think I was saying is that I understand kind of where you're coming at. I think because you're doing TikToks and you have your audience, and which is like your people who are watching you, you're trying to also connect with them, right? You're trying to get like to understand what they like so that you can give them and have a good relationship with like your audience, I think, right? So you're just trying to see like, oh, if they like this, then I'll add this and more. So then they're happy with it, right?
Right. It's a good way to approach content in general.
Yeah.
And I guess more of what I was really saying was like, originally I fell in love with creating music and I wanted to do what I could to promote my music, which was like my true passion, which was like hard to just let go. But I realized everything that's doing so good right now is, I'm like, why would I stop doing it?
Why aren't you doing music right now if TikTok is, you used to be called Musical.ly. Like it's
Yeah,
the biggest
ironically.
platform for music. Why are you not putting that in the back of your cooking videos, bro? Because like
it just doesn't work with the cooking videos. You know what I mean? Like especially with cooking videos, like viral cooking videos, you got to use like classical music or like really.
I would be a dog if I was you. If you're getting some famous people in your shit, they're gonna watch it regardless. I would double down on myself.
It's more of that focus. So it's like, I don't think I'll be able to bring back music into my career until I have accomplished what I'm doing.
Oh, so you're not making
what I
music
mean?
right now? You paused it completely.
Pretty much.
Okay,
It's still,
okay, now I understand.
If I had more free time,
Yeah.
I would dabble with it, but I don't. So it's like, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta put my all into it.
Yeah.
But in general, sorry, go ahead.
No, my mom. The way you're describing is what my mom used to tell me when. How I started was doing these skits online, and I loved them, but it wasn't what like my dream was. Of
course.
And my mom goes, "You should know how blessed you are that you're not bussing tables to get to
course.
where you need to be." So what I always joke around with my friends when we're creating things to get to that next level, I go, "We're bussing tables."
Totally.
So my thing is, say you're done bussing tables, and you have 15 million people watching you at any given moment from anything that you're going to post. You have your audience. They love you. They want everything to do with you. What is something you would then do with your art?
That's an amazing question, because that, like, to me, that goes that's like something that I feel like I won't have access to until for like another like 5 years is having like for me to say that I don't feel like I have that much of a platform to be able to like really impact people isn't as far-fetched as it might seem because of all the numbers.
Yeah.
But like to think about the difference of the influence of like The Rock Johnson and me is like people fucking love that guy. You know what I mean? Like it's like the same thing with Kevin Hart and like these big actors and big musicians. They have so much power in their hands to help people and to spread messages. But like for what I do, it's like I'm fucking cursing and cooking and like just making people happy. Like what I'm doing is I'm bringing smiles to people's face and I'm altering people's life. Like I've had so many people. I've had TSA people tell me, bro, like I've had the worst days ever and you made me smile. You know what I mean? Like random people everywhere. That's great. But like I can't wait for the time to come that I've done my acting, I've done my modeling, I've done the music, I've done it all to be able to like gain that respect from everybody. Kind of like I was mentioning with the art, where it's like do these other things to get people to fall in love with like who you really are and like what you can really do to then gain their respect enough to open themselves up to you and to really listen to you. And I feel like having that level of influence is what really like changes the world. And Can
I give you a little advice that I wish somebody gave me when I was like literally in the same lane as you? I remember I have a screenshot I look back at all the time. I grew like 500,000 followers every 5 days when I was doing the Facebook stuff and then the Instagram stuff. And I had that same mindset. I'm going to wait to think about that when I get to a level of respect so that way my art doesn't get disrespected and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy you brought up Dwayne The Rock Johnson because I'm gonna enter two of them. The difference between Georgie when he was killing and getting millions of views a day, and then Dwayne The Rock Johnson when he's just on like WWE or then trying to become a movie star, is Dwayne didn't wait for the day for other people's approval to be a superstar. He knew he was. Right. And I fell with that, and I watched friends of mine fall off because they waited too long. Yeah. There's a saying, it's like good things come to those who wait, but not the ones who wait too late. So like I don't want you to be waiting too long because like I said, bro, we watch you, we love you, the TSA people love you. I would invest not money but time into something that you ultimately want to sit on one day now. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course. I think that is going to happen naturally because I mean, what I'm doing right now has the potential alone to become the one thing I do the rest of my life.
Easy.
Yeah. So that's where it's sort of like, that's my focus. You know what I mean? That'll always be my focus. I can't disclose what, but like I'll be doing things on TV soon and like TV's whatever, even though it's like not a lot of viewership, but it's still notable.
You got there. You got to the mainstream.
Right. Things are coming. Yeah. Things are coming and like, and I'm entering into a different level of this space that I'm in, and I'm happy to be there. But also, it's not going to stop me from. I'm so comfortable with where I am in the movement of where it is that I'm not trying to limit myself to take things on. Like I model. I'm signed with an agency in Milan, in New York, in LA, and that's the type of thing where if I get an opportunity to shoot with Armani, I'm packing my bags, I'm going, and I'm doing it because there's not a lot of people in my space that are doing that. So it's like, kind of goes back to the same thing of like, just kind of this level of respect that I feel like is like, the only thing I really have a desire for is sort of just the respect of like, you're doing it different. You know what I mean? You're not doing it the traditional way. And that's kind of where I'm trying to incorporate the other things in, like take an acting role if I can. But like, obviously if it comes time that it's going to be really hard to balance everything at once. Of course, like I can't be in a movie and make all these videos, maybe, but it's like, we'll get there when we get there. But I sort of am like riding on that mentality, but in a very relaxed way and not
good. You're not stressing yourself out.
Yeah. Not at all. Like you're
enjoying the process.
Like I said, exactly.
There's always a way.
Exactly.
You know?
And by the way, you would be very shocked to know how that is the hardest thing to manage. From freaking Kevin Hart levels to lower levels of people that are just starting, living in the moment and enjoying the process is the hardest task to handle.
I never stop enjoying myself through the whole entire journey. My new thing now, as crazy as this might seem, is like I want to like vacation every like 2 weeks for like 2 days. like
Yeah.
3 days, like just keep changing up the way of my movement, but like
That's
keep
good.
the same thing going.
Yeah.
But like luckily I can film anywhere, so that's why I'm like
I was gonna say, that's
Soon.
good content.
Right,
You
right,
going
right.
anywhere, you know?
totally, and it's like sort of just making sure that I'm surrounded by the people that I really love and support me. It's taken me a really fucking long time to build right now my team of 3. So it's like it took me 3 years to build a team of 3. And I got really, really blessed that like my best friend since I was in early middle school, who is the reason why I created content to begin with. We both were like doing psychedelics in high school and just like laughing our ass off. Like, we could totally do that. You know what I mean? Like, like this is so obvious. Like, bro, that's our humor. Like, oh my God. And then like having those realizations is like a reason why I even started it to begin with. And like, we wanted to do it together. And then we had different routes. Like he went to school, I went to school, but like, you know, my parents are divorced. I had a little more wiggle room to be able to do this shit. And like, I have the fallback of my dad's restaurants, and his dad's a banker. It's like, didn't really work out, but he graduated college. He's a year into his work. And then me and him, I got on the phone with him one day and I was just like, he told me how much he was getting paid from his job. And I was like, bro, I was like, please, like, I need you. You know what I mean? Like, I need this. I need the support. I need this help. And since he's been working for me for like a month and a half now, like this like just happened recently.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's been the biggest fucking boom ever. And it's like, that felt great to be like, my team has now finally expanded to 3.
Yeah.
And like, and I say 3.5, 4, because my sister also does help me. And she, like I said, is helping me with my cookbook, which is something that I'm super excited for. That's going to be coming out next year.
Let's talk about it.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
If we could.
Yeah, no, we can.
Is
There's
it called
nothing.
Betch?
No, thank God. I think the next one will be pasta betch, and it'll be like 100 pasta recipes or something fun. But it's actually a really cool concept. And here I am, like hungover in New York City, like with the publishing company. Like I'm at a meeting, and I'm on like no sleep. I'm going into this meeting like raw. I got nothing going on. I'm just kind of like, oh my God, like they're gonna be like, this is like, do we want to work with this guy? Like, holy shit. I went in there. I had stomach problems too going on at the time. I was like, wasn't feeling good. Like all this shit.
You have stomach
And-
issues, huh?
I guess.
I do
don't
too.
know.
You're
Are you-
I was gonna
are
say
you-
you're one.
Are you
A little bit.
Are you gluten intolerant?
No, but like definitely lactose intolerant, you know, but not severely. It's weird. But but pretty much I kind of out of nowhere like sparked in the middle of this meeting. I'm so happy that I came up with the title of the book and the cover of the book and the concept of the book within like 1 second. And it was an original idea that this publishing company's never seen before. They did Joshua Wiseman, who's the biggest YouTube chef. They did his cookbook.
Jessica loves him.
Oh yeah. So his cookbook did #1 on New York Times, and it was second top seller behind Barack Obama's book or something by the publishing company.
That's great.
Something crazy. So I'm with the same publishing company, and I'm super blessed to be working with them. But I came up with this concept. The cookbook is called. It's literally just called Italian American, but the cover is what makes it so unique, because the cover is me like holding a dish, but the picture of me is split half and half of like half of it's like a backdrop of New York, and half is this backdrop of like where my dad's from in Italy. So it's like combining the US and Italy and me with the dish, and even half of the dish is the Italian version and half is the American Italian version, Italian American version. If you can try to picture that. So
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
love it.
it's just split down the middle, but it's one picture, but it's split to where it's like half the recipes are Italian American and half the recipes are authentic Italian.
I love that.
great.
And that's the premise of the book, is sort of just the idea of like, I grew up with authentic Italian food, but my mom is an American Italian and my dad's an Italian. And
Do they share their recipes with you in these books, or they're like, get out of here, bro? I'm not giving you my
oh, my dad, my
Yeah.
mom. No, definitely. And I've got like, you know, recipes from my grandmother and like all these different things, and sort of combining all of ours into one. So it's a process. It's a book. You know what I mean? It's as much as a book as it gets. So that's something I've been working on a lot, and that's something for next year, but I don't know where the fuck that's going to take me. And I also have a lot of like really cool ideas for like, I really want to do a travel show with, I don't know if you know Nick DiGiovanni, the other chef. He's like Italian, tall, really high quality. He he is one of the biggest creators. He's almost at like 10 million on YouTube. And, he just is.
He actually went to Harvard too.
You did go to Harvard.
Well,
You know, I was a chef.
Really?
Your
Serious?
boy cooked at Benihana's.
Are you serious?
Not only did I cook, but I did some tricks and shit, bro.
Are you fucking serious?
Swear.
Hibachi?
Hibachi, baby.
That's fucking sick.
I grew up first illegally cooking in my dad's restaurant at the age of 13.
Nice.
Should have stripped his license away immediely.
I don't think 14 was old enough to be a pizza chef in my dad's restaurant, right?
Nope. That's also illegal. And then I worked at Five Guys. And then I worked at Benihana.
Look at you.
And
That's sick. I don't even have
Benihana
that
was the
experience.
first time I realized that I was like, oh, I could probably do stand up because dude,
Entertaining the people at the table.
bro. I mean, think about these people that I walked into this, very cultured restaurant. And they're like, ching, 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 and they're just like catching shit. And I'm like, I can't do that, bro. Like, I don't know how to do that. So I would just tell jokes, and I had bits where like I would walk up in the very
that was your thing? Like you weren't that nice with the...
Nah, I was good at cooking,
Yeah.
and I was really good at making them laugh. So the manager of the restaurant, okay, so just a little FYI, I was a little shit when I was a kid. I was very spoiled. I knew I didn't need a job. I only got the job because my friends worked there, and I was bored. So like I went in there, and you have to like train, and then like 2 months after that they test you. The second week I was like, yo, let's just do this test, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like if I make it or not.
Yeah.
And I passed. And then throughout, I was, again, like if you don't care about the job, you're going to say some crazy shit. So
Totally.
I was singing to people. I was getting on top of the tables. Bro, I was so entertaining that other tables were tipping me because I was bringing up their table all the time. I was doing callbacks.
Look at those motherfuckers. Oh, $100 paper airplane.
Bro, the first time a rich dude handed me a $100 bill, I just
my
remember
God.
being like, no fucking shot, bro. Like, you just gave me $100. I was here for like a little bit, and I just made you laugh.
What?
But
Where was this at?
It's Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh,
It's
cool,
on Frank
cool.
Lloyd Wright. Yeah, Frank Lloyd Wright. Yeah, it's Frank Lloyd, and it's right next to the Scottsdale quarter. That's where I worked. And you know, it's so funny. I used to I'll tell the owner. I was like, one day you're gonna, because they put pictures of celebrities. I go, one day you're gonna put my shit up there. And he looked me straight in my eyes. He goes, no, the fuck I'm not. And I said, I was like, what? He goes, you barely could do this job. You think you could do that job? And I was like, fair play. You know, you're right. And so actually, I have one more little funny story. I'm cooking, and my friend, the one that I got the job because he was working with me, was on this other side. So there's a table here and a table here. And what we did, just to really grab tips, we fucking, and during lunch, we'd be like, okay, dude, at this point, when you hear dink, 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 then you put down your spatula, I go to your table and start picking up your table because we know each other's menus, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing this, bro, and I switch. And he switches again. Now he's back on his table. And at the end, we're gonna do it again for the cleanup part where he throws the rag. I grab the rag.
Yeah.
Through the oil. But bro, there's the little things at the end. For people that goes to Benihana's, they know it's a wooden thing. At the end, they do this loud. They go dink dink, and they like flip it, and they go ah. And for the kids, they pretend like they go ah, and the kids go ah, and they're like ah, you know. Bro, you just hear ding ding ding. And I turn around, and my friend's hand was so greasy. Dude, this thing, I'm not kidding, was this heavy. Flew and smashed this 6 or 7-year-old kid in the nose. Busted his nose open, just started squirting blood, just coming down. I'm like
It's a
this.
lawsuit, bro.
I'm looking like this.
Christ.
I'm like, and by the way, he's now on my table, right? The table that I was on. And he wants to switch back to his table. And he looked at me and goes, okay, dude, let's switch. And I go, no fucking way, I'm switching. You fucking doing that shit, bro.
Oh my God.
Dude, the manager comes, by the way, nobody's more savage than these people that work at Benihana's. The guy has a broken nose like this. And the guy's like, dude, my son's nose is broken because of your guys' employees. And the guy goes, okay, and this is on me, the meal's on me. And I go, I don't think it's gonna stop there, man. I don't think chicken fried rice is gonna help this guy's nose.
The meal's on me.
Dude busted his
Oh
nose.
my God.
That was the second most embarrassed moment I've ever had there.
Wow.
The
You're a
first-
chef.
Oh yeah, bro. The first I freaking you remember they called me to the tables that are mad. So this table was waiting for 3 hours. And so, because we had backed up
Call you
orders.
over for stand-up?
Yes.
To entertain them?
Yes.
No.
I swear to God, on everything that I love, they would send me to tables that they were pissed because they know I can make them laugh. So I would say shit. I would get there, be like, what did you guys do? How do you guys have a Middle Eastern and a Japanese restaurant? And they just start dying. And I get the shit going. I put all of it on the table. I go, yo, guys, do you want the whole shit? You want me to put everything on and get the fucking shit going? And they're like, get it going. So I have everything, bro. They all got their chicken fried rice, their steaks. Bro, I'm literally about to serve them. Like, they waited 45 minutes for me to cook this. And now I'm seeing their face finally go from like this to like, oh, finally we're about to eat, like Mother Day's not ruined, Bro, pepper in the middle of talking. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like just sneeze 3 times. All over their bro, I look up. I'll never forget this dude looked at me like this. She was like, no fucking way this dude just shit on our food like this. I look up to my manager because right before I put the pepper, my manager's looking at me like this, like I'm so proud of him, he's doing his job. And then I look back up and he's like this.
Oh my God.
Bro, do you know what I did? I'm not kidding. I didn't touch my spatula. I didn't touch the food. I just left. I literally looked up. All of them were like, and I was just like, I don't know how to bounce back from this. So I go, 1 second, and I just fucking left. And then the manager goes, where are you going? Go back. I go back to what? What the fuck am I going to go back to? They're not going to eat it. I just shit on it.
I can't clean it.
No, I didn't come back. They had another guy come. And they're like, sorry. They got up and left.
Did they have to pay for the meal?
He goes, this one's on me.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Always saves the day.
Are you going to make a restaurant one day?
100%.
Are you going to have your dad involved in it?
100%.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where
That's
would
on.
you be? Where would be
I'm actually doing a pop-up in LA, in like Brentwood area soon.
Oh, cool.
I would love
No
to come.
way.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I mean, I'll be blasting it. That's gonna be super fun. I'm doing like a few pastas. I'm gonna have my dad come out for it. I met this guy at the gym who did not look at me in the shower.
I was about to do a callback, but I was like, nah, I don't want to cut her off. So good job.
I got you. But this guy's super cool, and his he has this restaurant. I think it's called like Sunin, like Middle Eastern restaurant, and it's a really good restaurant. And he has like his mother's like bakery or something that's like across the street, and it's like an empty space. And he told me that he'd totally be down for it. So I'm gonna like, it's gonna be fucking hilarious. I'm gonna order these like this giant fucking betch banner that's like 30 feet or something, just huge, that like takes over the whole block. And just gonna, like, I've seen a lot of these like TikTok chef people do pop-ups, and like they'll get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get like fucking thousands of people to like just destroy the whole fucking area and just like create some madness.
The guy goes, what the fuck, man? It's my mom's restaurant. I thought you were going to bring your friends, not the block.
No, he's like ready for it. He's like, I want you to tear this up. Like, let's blow them out the water. So I'm working on that soon, but
Oh, that would be really cool.
it's gonna be awesome.
Where would
I'm
be
excited.
your dream place to open up a restaurant?
Probably in New York City.
New York?
Next to your pops?
Yeah, I mean, my dad, like, he's all in Charlotte, North Carolina, but it's crazy. Growing up, I always would be like, why don't you franchise? Like, why don't you just put it everywhere? And they're so good. And I'm like, okay,
You were trying to get that money, though.
I know.
You're like, Dad, this is great, but let's expand a little bit. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
literally, I was like, you could be so rich. And then
We could be so rich. I mean, you.
yeah. He has his personal touch at all the restaurants. I'm like, now I get it. I'm like, you go to them every single day and people love you there. Since he's had customers that have that have started eating at his restaurant when they were at their first job at like Bank of America in like 1997, and like now they're the fucking CFO or something like that, and like they've been eating there since then, from like 30 grand salary to like 30 mil or some insane shit. So it's like he just because he's been there, he's that personal touch is why I'll never pull some like Gordon Ramsay shit and
fuck him,
open
right?
up a bunch of restaurants. And yeah, I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I want to have like one restaurant.
Yeah.
I want to live in the same city, and I want to be able to go because I want people to be able to like meet me and try the food and actually
Totally.
love the food. I want to make sure it's being made right. And I'll never do a fucking ghost kitchen or anything like that because
That's
like
a good mindset, because I mean, like, what makes your food good is that you're making it, you know how to make it specifically and make it good. And so, yeah, you make it too big, then it's just not the same
everyone
thing.
says everyone's like Gordon Ramsay's burger place sucks and this and that. They're like, oh, it all sucks. And
Yeah.
like Like I just went to
You're
Hell's
really coming
Kitchen
after him, huh? You gonna box him?
Nah, maybe, bro. I used to make these videos at Hell's Kitchen in Vegas, like back when I just did not give a fuck.
Wait,
on
wait.
TikTok.
Didn't you do?
I
Like,
did recently. I made like a
Yes.
food review, but like this was me going and being like, Gordon fucking Ramsay, like you were supposed to come meet me for dinner. Where the fuck you at? And no, it's crazy, calling him out like you piece of shit, like just being a complete fucking dick. I didn't even have a reservation. I wasn't even going to dinner. I was just outside the restaurant calling him out, talking hella shit. Like 30 million views and shit. Like they would blow up on TikTok.
Yo, we're going.
Of me.
we're doing the same shit.
Go talk shit. I was just lying. I was like, you're supposed to fly in for dinner? It's 8:30. Where you at? And like, I'm just drunk on the strip. Like just fucking, it was hilarious. But that's something I'm really looking forward to doing is opening a restaurant one day, just because it's my dad's thing. And I'm like, and for him, he always tells me, he's like, you're doing everything I wish I could do, because he's an immigrant and he came to the US when he was like 19, and with he's one of 5 brothers. My mom's one of 8 siblings, big family. But it's cool to be able to like kind of live his dream and like do the shit that he wishes he could do. But
He
he's
must
still
be so proud.
Do you ever rub it in his face?
no.
Oh,
no. But this
Dad,
this
look.
fucker-
I'm born here. Yeah. Look what happens. Where's your green card? Oh, I'm sorry.
Bro, he had a restaurant like before he got his visa. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, how can you open up all these
He
restaurants?
said, first food.
It was like 2008. I was in like elementary school, and I remember him like with the CD in his like car, listening to like practicing for his test to become a citizen. And then I'm like, it hit me like a couple of years later where I'm like, how the fuck did you have 7 restaurants at one time in the 2000s before you had your citizenship?
Yeah. Also, you can't even get hired. How do you have a business?
They're all immigrants. That's the best part. Is like
He worked around.
He goes. This is how he answers. He goes. Forget
it.
about
I know a
it.
guy.
they literally like my dad will just, he doesn't like say anything. He just goes up to the tables and he's just like, how is everyone doing tonight? And then they're just like, good, the food's amazing. Augusto, we love you so much. Oh my God, you're the fucking best. He's like, thank you. And like walks away. And that's it. They're like, the hospitality, the service. And I'm like, he doesn't even fucking say anything.
No. That's good. That's good.
I
Do you
know.
remember when we walked into that Italian place and the guy came out? Dude, first of all, like
Too much bippity boo, and like I'm like, fuck off.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
bro.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't say anything.
How
He'll sit
is
down,
the-
you put his arm around you. He's like, get you a glass of wine, and then they're just like, we fucking love you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm 15. I can't even open. I had 7 businesses before I was legal.
He did. I still don't get it. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. No, I'm kidding. Like very successful.
No, bro.
Very successful
you
Italian
lit
restaurants.
some people up here on this podcast. You came in. There was sometimes you were saying shit. I was like, oh, he gonna give a fuck, dude. He's cooking up.
I mean, it is what it is. It's like if that person comes at me, they can't. They like you ruined everything for yourself.
I got your back, bro.
You know what I mean? Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't nothing but a bitch.
Yeah, bro.
Would you want to work towards getting a Michelin star?
Ooh, good question. I feel like that's a big side quest.
Do you know where that came from? The Michelin star?
No.
So Michelin tires.
Oh yeah. Okay, I knew that, but I don't know anything else.
But that's fucking crazy, right? Like, what the fuck did they know about? Apparently everything. But like, think about it. They had a map, and they're like, this is a restaurant you should check out. Michelin star. And then it became so big that now restaurants are like, yo, like, give me that.
So there's got to be some restaurants that don't deserve their Michelin star that have one. You know what I mean? That are just so shit.
Maybe, but
No,
I
they
think
probably
they
didn't
always do
reevaluate it.
No, it's always
Do
a
they have Michelin
secret.
star?
It's a secret person. You don't know that they're gonna be there.
Right,
they
right,
come.
right.
They eat it. You don't know.
Yeah.
Do
You're
you
getting
know what a
tested.
secret shopper is? You do?
Yeah, I do. I used to work at a bikini store, so she'd be like, "Careful, because sometimes we get secret shoppers, and so you know."
Do you know what a
have to make
secret
sure."
shopper is?
No.
I'm surprised that store did, because I only had one place where they had that. It was at
Diane's
Five Guys.
Beachwear in Huntington Beach. I don't know why.
Where y'all
Why?
from?
Why such a hard plug for no reason?
Because I don't know what it is.
A secret shopper is somebody who's paid to go there, and they basically evaluate everything you're doing. Are you washing your hands? Are you talking to the customers? Are you doing everything? And then they'll note everything down. And if you, well, I don't know how yours did it, but in Five Guys, if you pass at past the 90-something%, we all get bonuses.
Really?
Yeah, we all get bonuses.
It wasn't like that. It was like we get
Well,
bad reviews. Or
it was them. It was for them to be like, like, hey, do really good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because the restaurant. And this dude walked in, and he's just immediately like,
That's at the restaurant?
Yeah, the Five Guys.
Five Guys.
So he comes up, he's like, yeah, can I get a cheeseburger? But what is that? And I was like, are you a secret shopper? And he goes, what? No, I was straight up. I go, listen, bro, I'll give you $20 right now. Give us 100%. And the guy goes, no, I'm not a secret shopper. I go, okay, dude, I'll give you $50 right now. Just, I know you're a fucking, and you're going to lose your job because I'm going to report that I knew it was you. So do you want the $50 or not? And the guy goes, okay, I'll give it. And this, I gave him the $50. Listen, passes us. We get the money. The next time it happens, I go, oh, this is a secret shopper. But this time the guy goes, I go, yo, are you a secret shopper? And immediately I go, because it worked last time, I go, I'll give you $50. And the dude goes, yeah. Dude wasn't a fucking secret shopper, bro. I gave him $50 and he left. And then I literally waited for like a week, 2 weeks. I go, where the fuck is our report?
Everyone comes in, they're like, and then you're like, secret shopper. It just keeps happening.
Yeah, no, but I fucking, I gave him
Runs your fucking
$50.
pockets.
Yeah, so I basically made money and then lost it immediately right after. I got so excited because everybody was parading me, bro. Like even my manager was like, "Good job, dude. You know, this really makes me look good." And I was like, "Thanks, bro." Like, and then immediately I fuck it all up again. Dude, it was such a pleasure to come and talk to you. I didn't come, you came. Thank you for coming.
Of course. No, it's been such a pleasure, and I'm excited to see your growth and see, just keep moving forward.
I appreciate it.
I love the motion of life. If you are a good person, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You have a good head on your shoulders, and
Thank you. You guys
you're really
too.
like, have your values straight away with like the people that you're around in LA, which I think is really important.
Totally.
So,
and I one day we'll be in. I guess no one will ever be in the perfect situation, but always work closer or work harder to become closer to the perfect situation for you. That's what I'm always working on. Is like get there. It'll take time to be super comfortable. I'm always this close to wanting to just drop everything and just live on a farm in the middle of nowhere and it's just this close where it's like either drop the OnlyFans and run away or just keep working hard and keep dealing with the bullshit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But working it's rewarding, and I'm young and I'm like, you're gonna be fine, so
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you're not stressing yourself out.
Smacks himself.
not at all.
Fucking
My God, these aren't working anymore. New prescription. I can't see anymore. Things. Yeah, I'm losing it. No, I'm kidding. I feel great. So.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. Please follow him on all of his platforms. Where can they follow you?
Just at It's QCP on everything.
Can I ask you just before we leave?
Oh yeah, it's super fucking random. It was like my rap name. My best friend that's been helping me. He like on an Xbox party was like QCP because my nickname was Puka for no reason. John Luca, Puka, QCP. Lord knows QCP is the name, but I always had the mentality of if I do my work good enough, people will just start calling me whatever the fuck I make my name. You can make your name fucking A.B. and it's gonna work.
I did that in high school. Everybody kept calling me bitch, and I was like, that's right.
Well, actually, that's funny because now everyone does call me bitch. Because every time people see me in public, bro, people will go, "Hey, bitch," and I look at them and I go, "Really?" And then they're like, "No, not like that." And I'm like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Take it easy. Like, you don't want anybody calling you a bitch." It's crazy.
You branded it. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Take it easy.